course, but we here. I Don't tell the teacher. Don't tell the teacher. I was late. I was trying to push the buttons and try to get my life right, but I got here. I got here. I'm here. Y'all here. We here, and we gonna get this thing started. Welcome to Divine Living. I am Miss Divine. This is a personal growth and wellness show designed to help you and me be well. I generally talk about things through the 8 dimensions of wellness. And if you are new to this thing and want to know what 8 dimensions are, I will be glad to tell you what the 8 dimensions of wellness are. This is not a concept that I've made up myself, but is a well-known concept. Kind of new to a lot of people, but a well-known concept. The 8 dimensions of wellness are emotional, spiritual, environmental, intellectual, social, financial, occupational, and physical. Today, we are talking about hope, beyond hope, a journey through perseverance. Now, beyond hope and our journey of perseverance can be according to any of those dimensions, So if any of those are things that you're feeling low in, know that there hope should be something that you hear from one of our guests today that will enlighten you on some awesome things, not just about their life, but how we can persevere. If all my guests can request the box, we're ready for y'all. We're gonna get this thing started. We have 3 awesome ladies here today that will be talking to us about perseverance, pressing beyond hope. But I need all 3 of y'all in here at the same time. That's what I need. Oh, they trying to make me call their name. Talk about Divine, was you late this morning? And I'm like, roll call. Y'all here? Is y'all here? Is y'all here? Thank you, everybody. Thank you. Oh, look what it landed on now. I'll be happy about anything that wheel lands on, but that brings me joy too. Y'all know the dancing sunflower, they made that just for me. Tell Tag that they made it just for me. I'm gonna let these other ones, these first 2 ladies in the box, and then y'all get to see who came late to the party. Good morning, everybody.
Good
Morning. Good morning. Good morning. Y'all see who's late to the party. If y'all don't know who late, y'all know who late now. Somebody that was trying to bust me out this morning talking about you late. Oh goodness, I can't hear nothing. Oh Lord, please take the wheel today. Mm-mm-mm.
Grand Rising, y'all. How y'all feeling?
Okay, awesome.
Chakra.
Don't be scaring me.
Yes, I know them.
Hello, so nice for
No.
you to join us. Good morning, everybody. I want to have the ladies tell us who they are after some of the things that we get into today. But I'm so happy that you all, yep, this brings me like extreme joy, for you all to join me on the stage today to talk about this thing, hope, beyond hope, a journey of perseverance. Um, Again, I want to tell everybody where we are. This is Divine Living. This is my featured show, Divine Living. It's a personal growth and wellness show designed to help you and me. And all 3 of them, we got Coco Millen, Chakra, and Top Badge. Don't forget that Top Badge. Top Badge, Chakra Energy, and Soul, all in the house today. And they will be sharing with us their journey. So let's get this thing started. I'm going to start at the very beginning, y'all. So a lot of times I bring some of my questions or ponderance um, with a quote. And this quote, it is a actually I used to have this part of this quote as my voicemail. But it says this. This is just the beginning. It says, and this is where I'm going to start with our beginnings. Every great dream begins with a dreamer. It's a short quote by Harriet Tubman. And my question is, many times the acts of adversity and challenges cause us to reflect on what it was like before the events. Tell us, as we reflect, what hope looked like for you in the very beginning. Now, I'm talking about, this could have been childhood, this could have been early adulthood, what you hoped on, what you dreamed on, what life was like. Oh my gosh, the stars are sparkling, the sky is blue, and I hope on this. Share with the audience today what hope looked like. If you dream, if every great dream begins with a dreamer, we can start wherever. I don't like to tell people when to go or how to go unless I just feel like something says pick on that person first. But
So I feel like when, I first started to dream, like every other little girl, I got like, the fairy tale idea of life. You kind of want like that, your significant other, that picket fence, the kids, all that stuff. So when I first started dreaming, then my main thing, I'm not like a materialistic type of person. So I never really was like, I need Balenciaga and all this designer stuff. But the main thing I've always wanted was a house and a place to call home. When we was younger, we were like, I can't wait to get out of my mom's house. I just can't wait to have my own place, till we got those bills, right? So that was definitely my dream to just have a place that no one can tell me to get out of.
awesome. Who would like to
Well,
go next?
well, for me, my hope was a little different. After my dad passed, I figured I needed to grow up a little quicker and I needed things of my own. So my hope was I'm going to try to get everything on my own as soon as I get out of college. Like, I wanted to make my mom proud. I didn't want her to be worried. She had enough on her plate. So for me, my hope was let me go ahead and do what she set forth for me to do, which is go to college, get me a great job, and like marriage and stuff. Crazy thing is that wasn't even in my thought pattern for a while. So for me, it's just I wanted to be able to travel and do wherever I wanted to and just be independent. Like that was my hope. So that's what I pursued.
Awesome. Awesome.
Okay, so my imagination has always been my hope. Like, I had the luxury to be a child, and a lot of people don't have the luxury to just be a child. And I was so blessed to have that luxury. So I had plenty of many of dreams, wanting to change the world. And that's really just what gave me that hope. Just seeing, like, because my dad was in the military. And so, like, seeing how he was changing the world in my eyes, I'm just like, I just want to do that too. I just want to make a difference. So.
Mm, awesome. Awesome. I like all of that. What it shows me that our we all can hope on different things. That hope doesn't hope doesn't if I tell you that this was my dream and what I hoped for, then it doesn't mean that you have to hope upon that at the same time. But we all wake up with these awesome dreams to be, to do, to see. And one of the things too that I like is how even growing up, the influence can be different. Um, each of you have kind of said, like in that beginning, this is what I saw as a kid. This is what I saw as this. This is what I've seen as this. So, and each story has its own. So thank you for sharing. Thank you for sharing with us of what those beginnings look like. So let's talk a little bit more what those beginnings look like if pressing through those beginnings made a difference. To expound just a little more on what dreaming actually was, what that hope for you. How did you move up around life knowing that this was a hope for you, even just at the beginning stages?
Okay, I'll go first. So,
Did your hope influence you to want to be or to try other things?
um, honestly, both. Honestly, because I had such a like genuine outlook on life as a kid. Like I just was everything was just all like people are important, everything matters type of mindset growing up. Like I just that childlike naiveness basically. Like I was very like
Y'all, you got to ask Tag what they doing, because I don't know what happened. It's sad. I don't
That
know. It
light
just
though.
I'm up in here by myself, but I'm looking at my other device and it says stream has ended, but I'm just sitting up in here with a blank screen, just staring at myself. Gosh. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So annoying. Hopefully Chakra can come back.
yeah, I just told her you were back.
Man. Okay. Shoot. Thank you. Chakra here. Thank y'all for coming back. I appreciate you all. I sure hate that this has happened to us, but we can keep pressing, right? That is what perseverance is, right? Right? We keep pressing. We keep pressing. Oh, I know we were talking about our beginnings still, but I'm gonna jump to the next because I don't want us to end up running out of space and time since Tag wanted to do what it wanted to do too. So, my next question starts also with a quote. It says, "The greatest glory in living lies not in never falling, but in rising every time we fall. Tell us about a time when hope seemed impossible or out of reach. Tell us about a time when hope seemed impossible or out of reach. Now, this one, feel free to just elaborate just a little bit. Good morning, everybody. This is Divine Living, a personal growth and wellness show where we talk about being well. And I have three awesome ladies here today. And tag is being tagged. And we got dropped and we're back. And that's what we're doing. We're persevering today. So this next question again says, tell us about a time when hope seemed impossible or out of reach.
Oh yeah, want me to go first?
You can rock, paper, scissors if you like.
Okay, so when I was making my transition out of the military, I didn't really know, like, because I wasn't planning on getting out, but God was pushing me out. So when I got out and I had been for 8 years, the transition it took a big toll on me. Like, I was depressed. I couldn't find a job right away because even though I had a bachelor's degree, it's hard to get a job with a bachelor's degree because they think you're gonna quit, all kind of stuff, right? So I had failed out of my master's program. I was struggling to pay my bills. Like, I was struggling to find a job, and it got to the point to where, like, I was literally breaking down almost every single day. Like, I couldn't get up. I was contemplating suicide, which was something that I've done a time in the military as well. And it was just like, if it wasn't for the people in my life and God showing me that He can make a way out of no way, because I ended up getting a job that I didn't even apply for. So I was just like, you know, that I didn't see that hope, but I just was like, I'm already at the bottom, so there's no reason for me I'm already at the bottom. So
Okay, so in that bottom experience, tell me what I know. You talked about um, not how life was just challenging, how it felt like a really low emotional state for you. Um, what did everyday life look like during that time frame?
that's cool. So everyday life pretty much looked like, because my dad was helping me put my kid in daycare. So once I dropped her off, I would lay around for like, I would just lay and sulk in my sorrows for like times at a time. Like, I wasn't cleaning up like I should. I just, I was doing things here and there because at that point, like, everything was just going wrong, and I just like, I just don't know what to do. So it looked very lazy, honestly. Like, it looked like I was lazy, but I just could not pick myself up.
Yeah. Thank you for sharing. I just wanted to kind of, oh, I like not like that, but I like hearing that because a lot of times when we get into a place where our emotions are low, other people may view it just like you said. Oh, she's lazy. Um, she's dirty. She's filthy. When really I'm hurt. I'm hurting for real, for real. So thank you for sharing that. Who would like to share?
I'll go. My I think my part was when my husband died. I think a lot of people heard me when I be saying this a lot in my life. This was probably like my lowest point in my life because a person that I thought I was going to be with, I mean, at least till our kids grew up, had passed away. So I was like at an emotional bottom. So mine wasn't so much like financial or anything like that. It was very emotional because this is someone that I was going to spend my whole life with, and death do us part was actually what happened. So for me, I'm trying to figure out how to get out of this rut. Then I ended up in a toxic relationship right afterwards that just further just bottled me like that to the point where I felt like I wasn't worthy of anybody because I'm just keep going through. So it was just like very heart-wrenching because I've always been this strong person that takes care of everybody, does everything, and just keep forward. And like I couldn't even get myself out of it. I actually had to start seeking professional help behind it because I couldn't do nothing for my kids. My kids were fending for themselves for a minute because mentally I didn't know how to get out of the run.
Mm, thank you. Thank you for sharing.
That's my turn.
Yes, Shaka, it's your turn.
Hey, y'all. Um, so I guess that time for me would be when I lost my daughter. A lot of people on the app I've opened up many times before about it on a couple shows. Ooh, I don't know why I'm feeling a little. Okay, yeah. But
Okay.
I do feel like that's by far the worst time for sure for me because I've always been really good with kids. You know, kids really love me. So I don't know why I was very naive in mind as well, like not really ever thinking that that would happen. You know, when you get pregnant and you don't really you know you can't really prepare for things. And so it was one of those situations where it's like, wow, this happened to me. You know, like I didn't really expect that to happen. So it really crushed me, and it crushed me so much to where it happened to my cousin shortly after that, and how she dealt with it was um, she wanted to hurry up and have another baby, like like a replacement to make sure that she still felt that. And for me, it was the opposite. I was actually scared to be pregnant again or go through that situation. So as it was going on, I was so traumatized by it that it got to a point where I felt me and my mom had to go to the courthouse to get paperwork just in case because I would wake up in the middle of the night, and she was worried. I didn't think that I could be functionable again as an adult in this world because she may have had to take guardianship over me because I was so like, not there and it questioned my faith and it made me feel like if I'm good with kids, like, why is God giving people that don't deserve kids? So
Yeah.
it took me years and this happened in 2013. So y'all, it's a long time to still, kind of, it's still painful basically.
Yeah. My condolences, and um, don't be afraid of your tears. It's
Right?
okay.
Because you got me want to cry. I'm gonna cry.
I know that, we're on this show and whatever we do on the show is what we do, but don't be afraid of your tears. And whenever you need them, don't run from them. It's not a sign of weakness to cry. These things falling from our eyes are meant to wash us, to cleanse us. So it's okay. It's okay. It's okay to cry. Even if it's in laughter, if it's in joy, if it's in reminiscing, then it's okay. It's okay. Thank you all for sharing, giving us a glimpse of your journey. If you were here prior to the live abruptly ending on us, you may have heard the ladies share about their beginnings, what their dreams were, and what their hope was. Uh, and they have now shared with us about when hope seemed like it was out of reach. So thank you again. I want to welcome everybody to Divine Living. I am Miss Divine. This is a personal growth and wellness show where we talk about the 8 dimensions of wellness, but we also talk about just being well. And today I have 3 awesome ladies that have joined us today and to help talk about their journey and um, beyond hope, what perseverance is all about. Okay, so my next thing states, if this is a quote as well. If you can't fly, then run. If you can't run, then walk. If you can't walk, then crawl. But whatever you do, you have to keep moving forward. Pope Martin Luther King Jr. So my statement question is to you. What makes you believe in you? How do you know that it's not time to just stop? What makes you believe in yourself?
I can go first. Makes me believe in myself is the moments where I could look back at where I wasn't at my best and how I can reflect and say, wow, like, I came from this and now I'm here. Or, anything that I put my hands on, I challenge myself, right? So, meaning I don't want to just do it. I kind of want to be the best at it. Like, I want to, whether it's, kind of get a top badge on the app or being the top performer on my, at my job. It's just a challenge for me. So the ability to be able, just the word being able, and putting that best foot forward, I feel like if everything that if I set a goal and I'm able to obtain that, then I should be believing that I could obtain anything with the right amount of time, the right amount of drive. So that's what keeps me going.
Thank you. Thank you.
So it'll be like,
No, because that question's a touchy question for me, honestly, because I shouldn't. I would say I shouldn't be here because the devil tried to take me out at least 3 or 4 times in my life where I really should have died. Like really should have died. Like I was in Hurricane Katrina. I was in the water. My mama literally saved me from drowning because I was too short. I was too short. It was too strong, and that was the first time like I really knew like God really had me because I don't know where she got that hunchback gorilla strength from to get me from in between that door frame and that wall. But they say a mother's love is immaculate. Like I'm like I don't know. My mama 5'2". The water was over 5 feet, and when I say this woman was able to, little skinny little something too, 125 pounder, like was able to open it up for me to get out so I could get into the attic, like it was crazy. And then the second time she showed up for me, I was giving birth. I had complications. Me and my baby out had to bring us to life. Like my mom was right there whole time, and I'm just like, I know God got a bigger plan for me because it's too many times that I've been scared in this life, and God, it just, oh, and,
every time.
Wow.
like, it's a lot that I haven't really talked about because as Black people, especially women, like we're just expected to just be strong and push forward and get over things, but it's like it's still things we have to heal from, and
Yeah. In that healing, I know that you say your mom has been there for you. Is that your how? Is that your why?
honestly, my
Is
parents
there
are
is there
everything.
anything that's inside you that says, nope, I'm going? Or
My
what that
parents,
even looks like for you? Sorry.
oh, well, honestly, like my parents, like I do a lot of stuff because I want to make them proud, but the main person that had me pushing and keeping forward is my child. Like I wasn't ready to have a kid. I didn't want a kid. any of that. And when I seen her and God gave me this individual, I'm just like, if this is bigger than me. And so she really gives me hope and inspiration and drive to continue to, no matter how many times I get knocked down, I just keep getting back up because can't nobody take care of her like I'm gonna take care of her. So I have to be here.
Yeah. Thank you.
I could just say for me, I think what pushed me, so I guess going back to my same situation, what pushed me is looking at my kids and how even though I'm down, they're sitting there trying to keep it together, and they're like, it's okay, mama, we got this, we're gonna get through it. And just their strength, you wouldn't believe that a kid would do that, but kids, they, for me, is everything. Their innocence alone drives me, because the thing is, it's genuine. I know they believe in me. So I'm like, if they believe in me, why am I not believing in myself? I mean, I literally got off of my meds and stuff and pushed out of that because I was just like, I'm seeing them still believing in me in the worst state. So I'm like, what am I sitting there doing, like looking like this, and they're okay? They're sitting over here telling me I'm okay. What's wrong with this picture? It should be flipped. So I like, let me get my ass up. Sorry. I was like, let me get up. So let me, so that was my determination that I can do it. And God had me. And He showed me through my kids. He had me. So that's pretty much how I got out of it.
Awesome. Awesome. Thank you for sharing. Yeah, this has been some good stuff we're talking about today. I want to thank each and every one of you for joining me on the show today. Today's been kind of sticky, Okay, not just in our conversations, but the live period. It's been kind of sticky. So I just want to say thank you for hanging out. Thanks for enduring and persevering through all the challenges that we have had and are experiencing today. It shows. It shows grace. It shows grace within you and just how you are, period. So thank you all. Now I want you to go around each one of you and think of how you leave your stamp of perseverance, just how you leave it, how you leave your stamp of perseverance. This can be a stamp of perseverance, like here, even when we're streaming, when we're dealing with people in our everyday lives. What work may have even would be for you, what your life now is through this journey that we've talked about. I'm going to read through the quotes one more time and just kind of reflect on these quotes when you leave your parting stamps. Um, every dream begins with a dreamer. Is our first. The next one states, "The greatest glory in living lies not in never falling, but in rising every time we fall." And then the last one states, "If you can't fly, then run. If you can't run, then walk. If you can't walk, then crawl. But whatever you do, keep moving forward." As you reflect for just a moment, I want to let everybody know where you are. This is Divine Living. Stay tuned with me because we got the art of sound coming up next. And I have two awesome artists bringing the art of sound today. So you don't want to miss it. Chef Tay and Toxic both will be bringing the art of sound today. So what would you like to leave us? Go ahead and tell us who you are, where you're at, and your parting stamp with us today as well. Take your time with it. You don't have to rush. We're pressing through.
So I feel like I go first. I feel like with everything that I went through, and I initially was just always very, why does that happen to me? Victimizing it, like very, very negative about it. After a few years of healing and seeking help and going to support groups and stuff like that, I was able to embrace what happened. And so if any of you guys have ever seen me, I only really like sign up for featured or any show, um, if it's pertaining to something along, divine living or better than before or something that you could discuss or get listed, these type of shows that I can use the platform and my pain and my story to be able to help somebody else or, you know, have them not feel alone in a situation because pregnancy loss is something that happens very often to a lot of people that's around us and it's something that's pretty like not spoken about or kind of swept under the rug. And so I wanted to, um, leave that stamp, even on this app, being that breath of fresh air or that energy or that, bring a smile to somebody's face or mentor, encourage them, or, that is my purpose. So just living my life in a way of gratitude to be able to love others and support them, it brings me a lot of peace. So when I come on tag, it's not just, the politics of it all. It's deeper than that for me. So I enjoyed my time. I appreciate that you even like brought me on here. And I appreciate everything that you do because I always do say like if you're gonna do anything, pour into other people, you know, affect other people's lives in a positive way where they feel good because you could do a lot of things, right? But the key thing is how you make people feel. And so Miss Divine is one of those people that when you enter the room, it's a feel good moment in here, whether we crying or whether we, you leaving with, hey, I put this on the line, I spoke about it, I was vulnerable, and it feels good because there's other people in the room that could, resonate with it. So,
Thank you so much. Again, tell everybody who you are and where we can catch you.
okay, so Top Bad Chakra Energy here, y'all. You can find me. I usually host people's event if you need help doing that. I have my show on Fridays after the juice box. I mean, after the rundown called Juice Box at 3 p.m. And I do have an auction, so I'm looking for dancers. My first auction I've ever come up with. So I am looking for dancers. If y'all know how to, dance to the reggae, please hit me up on Instagram. But yeah, other than that, you guys can catch me work streaming and sometimes, after 50. But
Awesome.
yeah,
Thank you so much, Shaka. Thank you for
thank
hanging out with
y'all.
me today.
Love you, bye.
I guess for me, it's kind of similar to chakra because when I first got on the app, I was just like, I was here for someone and like being a gifter and everything, but um, it slowly evolved into something more. For me, my purpose is just positivity. I always call myself a care bear because I literally love everybody. I don't even know if I even have enemies. Not in my head. It may be in their head, but not in mine. But I literally love everybody. I always want to see people grow. So my purpose on here is just to literally watch people grow and evolve. To share what I have that it may help somebody else because a lot of times, and I've heard this a million times that people don't have people to talk to because they feel like their business is going to get out there. And I'm so privileged that a lot of people do confide in me and stuff, and it makes me feel like I truly have a purpose on this app now. So I'm usually on every day. um I try to be on at least after 6 every day. I do name that tune on Wednesdays for everybody who's has music trivia and think they got some music skills. They can come see me. I'll have an auction coming up in October, and I have like the first scavenger hunt on tag that I've been doing. So the next one is going to be September the 2nd. So if there's any participants or streamers, just hit me up on IG.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Coco Melon.
Thank
Greatly
you.
appreciate you.
All right, so to piggyback off of something that Chakra said, like I used to be a why person too, like a why me, because you don't understand when you're growing up. So I went from a why person to a what person and started asking myself what is happening for me versus what is happening to me. And when I found the apps during COVID, I was mainly a gifter. I gifted for about a whole year before I started actually streaming. coming in here with that childlike faith, that innocence, until I learned the game real bad. So thank you for giving me the opportunity to start opening up and be a little more vulnerable again. And you can catch me in my stream. You know, one thing I want to bring to the one thing I bring to the app is, you know, that positive energy, that vibe, because at the end of the day, it's a lot of evil going on around us. And I just, if I can change the world with my energy and my life coaching, because I am a certified life coach. So if you ever need to talk, I'm open to listen, I'm open to give advice, and I'm open to help.
Awesome. Awesome. Thank you so much. So thank you for coming and hanging out with me. Thank you for your leaving your stamp on your journey of life as well. So thank you so much. Thank you. I'm so happy that they were here and shared with us. Now, today is all about Beyond Hope, a journey of perseverance, a journey of perseverance. And they indeed have shared what perseverance looks like. I have the Art of Sound coming up, y'all. If y'all don't know what the Art of Sound is, it's something that I've stamped as mine, saying that the things that we hear also bring us life, bring us healing. And I have um, two awesome guests that will be bringing the Art of Sound today. So go ahead and request the box because I'm waiting for you. I'm waiting for you. But I did want to say too, I watch a former guest that I had here on Divine Living on Instagram, as well as their own blog. Now, y'all, I know normally I don't have the sound on and it's distracting, but the way that Tag been tagging today, ain't no way I'm going to turn it off. So thank you for my gym buddy. Thank you for my gym buddy. Thank you for my gym buddy. Chef Tay, if you want to request the box, that would be awesome. Thank you. Go ahead and level up. I like that. I like that. Thank you. Girl, what you doing over there? What you doing? You giving me that 1.8. I appreciate you. Love you so much. That's my niecey, my tag niecey. Chef Tay, um, are you bringing a piece? Are you bringing a piece? Are you bringing a piece, Chef Tay? Because if you are, we're waiting for you. All right. Happy
Good
Saturday.
morning. Happy
Good morning.
Saturday, everybody. You can hear me good?
Yes, I can.
Okay. So this is one that I wrote the other day, and it was very moving, very powerful, and want to share it with you. So thank you. All right. The other day I saw a young lady walking with her head hanging down. So badly I wanted to tell her, straighten up your shoulders, sis, for you are wearing a crown. It's a crown that's hidden to the naked eye. No one can tell it's there, but it holds more power than you could ever dare. Dare imagine or gather in your own mind. As a matter of fact, Proverbs 3 and 5 tells us not to even lean into our own understanding, for we will never find. The power our Heavenly Father has given us not to be comprehended. Walk into it, and only then will you understand it. The glow that starts inside your soul will begin to show on your face. So badly I wished I could have told her this, you see. The young lady I saw actually was me. Not the one you see before you today. This woman is a representation of continuous prayers not at work, recognizing my obstacles and understanding my worth. The one I saw was the much younger me, the one who had no idea of how high I could get when the Holy Spirit began to dwell inside of me. When he came in my heart, my whole life changed. From that moment on, I knew I'd never be the same. Redemption called me and salvation clung to my bones. These bones ain't dead, these bones are breathing. Saying goodbye to the old me, nah, I ain't grieving. You see, the old me has gone and the new has sprouted its way. I ain't looking back, it's a new day. So younger me, for only you would have known, all that crying and talking on the phone, when all you really needed was there all alone. You needed your father's grace and his kind words, the words lit up in red, the words that have the power to raise the dead. Speak to these bones and they will all be alive. Here I am, Father. I no longer need to hide.
Girl, thank you.
Thank
Yes, yes. Thank you
It
so
was my
much.
first time performing it, but I'll get better.
No,
The more I go over it, the more I go
real
over it.
good. Thank
Thank
you for using this as your first platform to share that piece. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Definitely. Love you, Auntie.
Love you too. That's Chef K. That's Chef K. We got Toxic, y'all. He gonna close this out with his art of sound. Don't be sitting up in there lounging like you don't know where you are.
What you mean?
We in
I had a little
Divine
time
space.
off, you know what I'm saying? Now I'm at work. Now I'm ready. First off, I
Right.
want to say shout out to your all-star cast you had today,
Yes.
This has been
Awesome,
amazing
yes.
as always. You are a beacon of light for us all. So we want to thank you
That
for
make
just
me
providing
cry
this safe
today.
space.
Thank you.
So I am Toxic. I will try to provide some kind of a summary within story forms, try to wrap this thing up. Those are all hard acts to follow, so bear with me. All right. Well, out here in the left coast, we have a lot of agriculture going on. So there was an old mule on a farmer's farm, and there was a well on the farm. And one day, this old mule accidentally fell into the well. And the farmer evaluated the situation. He knew the well was going to be tough to fix, and he knew that the mule was pretty much a done deal. There's no way to get him out of there. They couldn't actually pull him out, and it was just a wrap. So the farmer decided to call all the neighbors and just go ahead and fill the well up, just bury the mule and the water and everything else alive. So they started hauling dirt down into the well, and the mule panicked. It's got dirt thrown on its back, and it's shaking it off, and it's screaming and hollering. It's just going hysterical. So then the mule decided, well, what I could do is every time some dirt lands on my back, I will shake it off, and I'll take a step up. He repeated this to himself over and over. Just shake it off and step up. This way he could struggle through his panic and encourage himself at the same time. And after a while, obviously, as I'm sure you all guessed, there was enough dirt in the well that the mule eventually, tired as heck, stepped over the side of the well and got out. So when you face your adversities positively and decide not to give up, you can be victorious against all odds. And what seems to bury you may actually save you if you are really confident and restless in your efforts. Mudslingers will try to throw dirt on your name and your reputation. They will attempt to discourage your goals and kill your joy. Do not let them. Shake it off and step up. Now, I don't want to just go into the abstract. I do come with parables and fables about animals. Let me make it a little more personal about us. There was an artist, some people know that I do a little creative writing here and there. And there was an artist who asked me, how is it that some folks can go through an arts phase where they can dabble in it like a hobby for a little while and then kind of hang it up, while others may continue all life long to try to master their craft? So I smiled and I said, let me tell you a story. I had a dog, and we would go out to the woods to go walk and run around and do our thing, and out here in the left coast, we got plenty of hippies and we got puppies running around in leash-free parks. One day we was at the park, and there was a rabbit that ran right across our path. Now this dog and I, we were a little startled, like, what? All I can say, did you see that? And then boom, my dog starts bolting after this rabbit. barking and acting a fool trying to get this thing. Now, other dogs heard all the commotion, and of course, dogs doing what they do. They joined in, barking and running with my dog. And all of us owners are screaming at our dogs, and all of these dogs are running around screaming at this rabbit. And it was a dog pack making a scene, dust flying everywhere. They're darting across the creek beds, cutting corners, this, that, and the other. But gradually, one by one, the other dogs began to drop out. They were discouraged by the obstacle course, and they were frustrated by the chase. And pretty soon, it was just my dog only in hot pursuit of this rabbit. And there's your answer. Now, the artist looked at me puzzled and was silent for a while, like looking a little confused. And she said, I don't get it. What's the connection between the rabbit chase and lifetime artistry? And I said, it's hard to understand unless you ask the obvious question. Why didn't the other dogs continue the chase? The answer is they didn't see the rabbit. If you don't see the goal or the dream or the vision, the chase becomes too difficult. It'll be hard to find your passion or your determination or the discipline you need to put in the hard work. But when you keep your eyes on the prize and it seems within reach, it will fuel your drive. So those who aren't convinced don't see their artistic gifts and talents, and seeing is believing. So believe in yourself and always push on. I am toxic. I hope that makes sense. Perseverance and determination are within you. Make it happen.
Yes, it is.
Peace and blessings.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Toxic. Yeah. This has been an awesome show. This has been an awesome show. We're talking about perseverance. We've talked about perseverance and all that it can do for us. Don't give up. Don't give up. There's joy in the press, y'all. There's joy in the press. It may not seem like it right away, but there's definitely joy in the press. I was saying before how I've been following a former guest on her Instagram and her blog, and I want to encourage you all to go by and follow her too. I did post her to my story today, and some of the things that she's talked about on her blog today or this week were that how to overcome or how to persevere in some things. And I'm going to leave you with a couple. It says, challenge your negative thoughts. A lot of times we get stuck into the habit of calling ourselves bad names, dumb, stupid, dumb decisions, stupid decisions. But challenge those negative things that we call or talk to ourselves about. When we are upon difficult things and it may seem like we are failing, then the next thing we should do is embrace our failures. Because failing really is just another press as well. So look to the brighter side of things and know that that falling is not failure. Falling is not failure. Now, this is coming from, it's a greatness for me. Check out her Instagram again. You can check out my Instagram and see that I have posted her to my story, and check out her blog as well. So I wanted to leave those things with you definitely today. Now, this has been good. This has been so good, even with all the things that have happened. This has been so good. Some of the key things that I also want to point out that were stated today in our guest is know where to find your strength, know where to find your support. Some have talked about support groups, some have talked about family, and not staying in that why things have happened to me, but pressing through and knowing what to do. What are you going to do when you face adversity? What are you going to do? I hope that the thing you will do as well is press Press on, y'all. Press on. This has been such a great show. I've had 3 awesome ladies. If y'all haven't faved them, y'all better fave them. They out there in the chat. We had Top Badge, Chakra Energy, Soul, and Coco Millen. Now, I want to say thank you to also my friend, my good friend out there, Aquarian, King Aquarian. Y'all might misread him right now because he got somebody else's name in front of him. But thank you, Aquarian. I want to say it out loud how much I appreciate you. I appreciate you for, he's been like the producer of this show today, out there being what he is and doing what he does out here on Tag. So thank you, Aquarian Soul. Thank you to my niece, Chef Tay. She became my niece on Tag, and I'm happy to have her into my niece family. If you haven't read my bio, I do call myself Auntie now. Everybody can't call me Auntie. You got to be younger than me, and you can't have a beard. So that's the only way you can call me Auntie. And of course, my in-house sound artist, Mr. Toxic, coming in with our story wrap-ups. So I want to just leave you with a little of divine, as I always do, and say, without words, the speech cannot be heard. Without a voice, there's nothing to be said. Without sound, it's only left to be seen. And without them all, we're just beings without being a thing. Use your voice to be the light of change. Say something nice. And I want to say to you, if you ever need someone to talk to, 988 is a crisis awareness suicide prevention line. Someone is always out there to listen, to text, to talk to you. This has been Divine Living. Thank you guys. Thank you for hanging out with me in this.